Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Good day to you. There is a topic that I would love to touch on today. It is actually a topic that I have already touched on in my podcast, The Open Palm. Follow me at The Open Palm on either Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Anchor.fm. I'm on multiple platforms, so we're spreading the message, inspiring others. The open palm, the way of the open palm means understanding your place in the world, using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. So I'm excited to bring this message once again for you today, but in a new way. So this message is fear. Fear. So we all have different fears that we go through in our lives. I remember I had plenty of fears going through my college schooling. When I was going through college, I had fears for just doing research papers. One research paper that was 10 pages long took me over a year before I finally did it. Let's just say when I walked across the stage to receive my diploma, it was like I looked my teacher in the eyes and I said, thank you. I felt like I didn't really deserve it. Procrastination for me it was at an all-time high. So I definitely know what fear can overtake you. And I also know fear when it comes to speaking in front of others, when it comes to going on stage. So perhaps you have had fears in your life, and there is something that fear loves, and I want to talk about that today. So, fear, every now and then we get these fears in our lives where we come up against a wall, where there is something that we want to do, we're afraid of something that we should be doing, or we feel we should be doing, or we feel we shouldn't be doing. We have a fear of success, we have a fear of failure. We have so many different fears that are going on in our minds all the time, but there is something that fear loves, and this something is time. So we encourage fear and we also feed fear when we give it more time. The way to starve fear, so to speak, is to take action. The faster we take action, it becomes, non-existent. It starts to dwindle into the back of our minds. But the more that we feed fear time by either avoiding what we should be doing or what we feel like we need to do, by avoiding it, by putting it off to the side, by saying, oh, someday, someday is never on the calendar, by saying, someday I'll do this, someday I'll do that, someday I'll get to this, that feeds fear time. And that's what fear loves. It loves for you to give it more time. That makes it stronger and stronger. So there was a book I read a long time ago by Susan Jeffers, and it was called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. There are a lot of successful people that we look up to, whether it be celebrities or people, profound individuals, prestigious individuals who have achieved status in life. And we think that they're superhuman, right? But we're all human. The one thing that we all have in common is that we are all human beings. I like to say, like my friend says, we're spiritual beings living a human experience, but we are all human. We're fallible. We get things wrong, so we're not perfect. No one's perfect. That is one commonality that we all have. We are more alike than we are different, and our differences are similar in nature sometimes. So it's kind of paradoxical, but look at yourself. Don't think of people that you see in the distance as up on a pedestal. Don't put them so far up. We're still human just like the rest of them. They bleed just like we do. They fail just like we do. They succeed just like we do. But what gives them the strength to keep going is success after success. That gives you the confidence, and then you get to the competence, or whatever you're doing. But the only way to get to confidence is consistency, and you must take action. So don't feed fear time. So there were 5 fear truths that I read in the book Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. The first one was, the fear will never go away as long as I continue to grow. So as long as you continue to get out there, get out of your comfort zone and push yourself doing different things, you're going to feel that fear. That's not going away. I still get nervous when I get in front of others and I perform. I still get kind of jittery sometimes, but I just kind of reframe that and rephrase that and turn that into excitement. So I'm excited instead of just feeling nervous or anxious or scared. I'm excited. This is exciting energy. And I use that so-called nervous energy and transmute it into the energy that I use on stage. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the only The only way to get rid of the fear of doing something is to go out and do it, taking action, not feeding fear time, but taking action, executing it as fast as you can. That is the way to get rid of the fear of doing something, is to take action. 3 is the only way to feel better about myself is to go out and do it. You know, the people who are successful, the people who go to the gym and lose weight, versus the people who go to the gym every once in a while. They make a resolution and then they kind of dwindle down. That kind of dies down after a while. There's the only difference between those two people is that the people that get fit do it anyways. That's it. They just do it regardless. So think of it in terms of, you know, the only difference I have between someone who's successful and someone who's not successful is that the successful person, regardless of whether they want to do it or not, they do it anyway. They go out there and do it. So number 4 is that not only am I going to feel fear whenever I'm on unfamiliar territory, but so is everyone else. That kind of goes along with number 3 as well, is that they're not superhuman. They may have the superhuman ability of getting things done, but that's just because they push themselves to do it anyway. Number 5 is pushing through fear is less frightening than living with the underlying fear that comes from a feeling of helplessness. So what do you want? Would you rather have the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? You're going to go through pain sometime in life, so we must choose what pain we would like to go through. So just know that successful people have the same, capabilities, the same traits. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Just know that to be successful, push yourself to feel the fear and do it anyway. Just do it anyway. So same feelings are with you and successful people. So know that action cures fear. If you're looking for a remedy for your fear, taking action. Fear does not want you to take action. It wants you to give it more time so you can make it stronger. So I hope that you received a message from this today. Thank you for listening, and I pray that you have a blessed day or night wherever you are. This has been Jerome Shaw. Check out the podcast. Once again, it's on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor.fm, and that is The Open Palm. That's TOP. So thank you for listening. Be blessed.